don't judge me. I had to go to jury summons court because they said that I wasn't answering the questionnaire. When I got there, the line was long, crazy long. So there was a lady that was standing behind me. I don't know why she kept getting so close to me, and I noticed her. There was another line next to the line that I was standing on, and I noticed that that line was shorter and moving faster. I asked my spirit squad, should I go on that line? They were like, no, don't go on that line. And I was just like, okay, all right, fine. I feel like listening today. So I didn't move from the line. First, it was one of the clerks from the courthouse. They were like, both lines are the same. And he looked directly at me and said, hey, both lines are the same, and that line is going faster. I looked at the line, but I remembered what my spirit team told me. And I was just like, and you know me, I was like, did I get it wrong? You know, and I asked my spirit team again, are you sure I'm supposed to be on this line? They were like, yes, do not get off this line. And this is what they said to me verbatim. Shorter and faster doesn't always mean better. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust in this divine timing. I'm like, okay, you want me on this line, so I'm going to stay on this line. Right? The lady who was behind me moved to the other line. So, me being human, I was watching her go fast up the line. And I was like, and I said it again. I was just like, I asked my spirit squad, I was like, are you sure I'm supposed to be on this line? I had that are you sure person in my head. So it was like, are you sure you want me on this line? They were like, yes, stay on this line. So I watched the lady who was behind me be third in line, about third or fourth in line to get into the courthouse. I ain't gonna front. I was like, really, guys, this is what we're doing. We got me out here in these streets, just standing here, not doing shit. And then I kept feeling that, no, you're you're in the right place. You're in the right place. You're on the right time. And I even heard my spirit team say to me, do you trust me? And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I trust you. If we stand in line, we stand in line. Whatever we got to do, we got to do. So I was just like, all right, so I'm standing in line and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And it got to a point where that line was not moving. And people were getting annoyed, but the other line was moving, whipping fast. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna trust. They said I'm in the right line. They haven't failed me yet. So or hopefully never. Like 15 minutes later, another court officer comes out, right? And he starts going, if you have a summons and there's a QR code on it, you can scan the QR code. He was, if you already scanned the QR code that's on the summons and you got a confirmation number, you don't need to be here. You can leave. But the funny thing was, the lady who was behind me, she actually went inside. She didn't hear that. I heard it because I was all the way in the back. You don't need to go inside. So I was just like, holy crap. If I would have went on the other line, I would have had to go inside and then wait inside and do all that stuff too. So what I did, I asked him, can I do it now? He was like, yes, you can do it now. He was like, as long as you get a confirmation. And I said, bet. So I did it, got a confirmation and left. That was my lesson in listening to my spirit squad and divine timing. Because if I wouldn't have listened and I would have jumped on the other line, I'd have been like, oh, my spirits, they're wrong. And I would have jumped on the other line. I would probably still be at the courthouse now instead of heading home.